Hey, Jimmy.
Hey, Benjamin, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. We are here to talk about the new year and this glorious year that's past 2023.
Yes, a retrospective of 2023 and everything having to do with Land of Eam, Dungeoneer Adventures, Rickety Stitch, you name it. It was a big year for us, actually.
Yeah,
Pretty.
we spent a lot of time working on the Land of Eam RPG.
It's true. A lot of time.
So much has gone into the game. You know,
our souls
kind of blood, sweat, and tears.
Mm-hmm.
And we're excited because it's finally going to go to print soon.
Yes.
And next year, we're going to be, fulfilling the campaign, sending out everything at some point. We're not sure exactly the timeline yet, but we are super excited to get this game out to everyone.
Yeah, and that timeline, we will be zeroing in on that timeline as every day passes at this point, because as we get word from production on the actual print timeline, we'll know a lot more about what the fulfillment timeline will be. But thank you to everybody that's hung in there with us as we try to wrestle this kraken of a project, this multi-tentacled monster that has been Land of Eam. I mean, there's well over 1,000 pages of material with full color art and layout, and I mean, there's just so much in the Land of Eam. It's been a labor of love, but also a Herculean achievement for both Ben and I.
Yeah, I'm actually still doing last of the art for some of the adventures, if you can believe it, which are PDF only at this point, but they may get printed in the future. But there's like 9 adventures in total, including the quick start and the one in the core rulebook. So there's just a ton of stuff. A metric ton
of stuff. So it's been a tremendous year for Land of Eam, but it's also been a tremendous year for a lot of our other projects. I mean, simultaneously, we were working on Dungeoneer Adventures 3 Quest for the Wishing Stone, which is now the art is fully complete. There's only a few more passes of like little bits and bobs and tweaks that need to take place before it goes to print. And then the book will be available anywhere books are sold in May of 24.
Yeah, I just finished the art 2 weeks ago. That was also a big effort. I think it's a good book, James. I think we did it.
Now, you really hit me with it earlier when you called attention to the fact that in the last couple of years, we've written 1,000 pages of Dungeoneer Adventures, like 1,000. Yeah. It's just like, oh my gosh, so many words on paper. But I can't be more thankful for the fact that Ben and I are working on these projects. I mean, this Land of Eam, Dungeoneer Adventures, Rickety Stitch, this world has been, brewing in our souls forever, and it's just great to be able to share it now with someone.
What I think is funny though is like the trajectory that we think we're on always shifts. So like back in 2020, we thought we were going to do something completely different, and then we came up with Dungeoneer Adventures
in like a weekend.
Like 1,000 pages later. Now we're working on another project that we probably didn't think we were going to be working on.
That's true. In fact, Ben and I have 2 or 3 actual book series projects in like our orbit at any given time. And what we work on really, it depends on what makes sense for what we can release at that time. There's a lot that goes into determining what we work on next.
Yeah.
Which segues into what's coming in 2024. I think we should talk like a little bit about that to let people know that there is new stuff that's on the way.
Well, book 3 of Dungeoneer Adventures is coming out in May of 2024. And we are excited to announce that there's going to be a box set of all 3 books. It's called the Academy Collection. So we're looking forward to that.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Pretty cool.
That's very cool.
To go along with that, Exalted Funeral is publishing Rickety Stitch. They're going to put that back in print because it's been out of print for a couple years now.
All of you bookstore owners and schools that have asked us, how you can get copies of Rickety Stitch now is the time. It'll be available in distribution again. And to put a cherry on top, there's also going to be a Rickety Stitch box set with a beautiful slipcase that's
still being designed, but it's in the works.
But it's in the works, and we're also really excited about that because a lot of people know Land of Eam through Dungeoneer Adventures or know Dungeoneer Adventures through Land of Eam, but Rickety Stitch is actually where all of this began. It's the first story that Ben and I told in the Land of Eam, and so it's wonderful to see those characters come back in beautiful couple 100-page full color graphic novels with a slipcase so that you can kind of see where it all started.
Yeah, and honestly, book 3 came out at the height of the pandemic. It totally got lost in the shuffle.
It did.
It's going to be nice to put it back out there. Because that's a bit of a disappointment.
Still. It was a disappointment. The pandemic, not only did the pandemic get in the way of book 3, it also delayed it.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a sad way to end the capstone of the Rickety Stitch story, or the story so far. Because book 3 is my favorite.
And it's 50 pages longer than the other books.
It's true.
It's a lot.
Which in graphic novel terms is enormously more.
Yeah. It's like another year.
It's like another year of work. Oh, Benjamin.
So yeah, we got those two things, which is awesome. And then, we're working on, you said we're working on more series. We have a ton of stuff. We don't know what's going to come of that, but we're working on it. And we are also working on new RPG books for the Land of Eam.
It is true. We've already put pen to paper on some. Now that everything is off to production, Ben and I's hands are free. It's kind of not up to us how things go at this point. That's why we'll talk to you more about that timeline as we learn more. But now that we're done with the work, we're diving into what's next for Land of Eam, and I'm pretty excited about it. It's really fun to revisit the sandbox structure and some of the other elements that I won't mention yet. Not yet. It's a little too early, but we'll talk about that soon.
Yeah, we're going to make an official announcement at some point, but just to give you an idea of what we're thinking, moving ahead with Land of Eam, James and I have mapped out just the general direction of several different sandboxes. We are building out the entire Land of Eam with a sandbox for every realm.
For every realm.
To be honest, there are 10 realms. So
there are 10 realms, and if there's 2 guys just crazy enough to attempt it, it's us. It's us.
So this is a long-term project, and we plan to keep supporting it.
Yeah, and for Ben and I, part of it is just the challenge because we've already laid out the Land of Eam. There is a map of the Land of Eam, or I shouldn't say there isn't a map of the Land of Eam. There's many maps that can be assembled together to show you what we know of the world so far. But for example, Rickety Stitch takes place in a different part of the Land of Eam than the Mucklands, and so there's all these places to explore, like Grimley Wood and the Middle Root Run, and you know what I mean, and Myrtletoad Marsh. There's always these places, and so Ben and I just feel obligated to create a sandbox for all of the places that we know already exist in the series that we've published so far.
Yeah, so the first Mucklands book is over 400 pages, which was huge, and we always knew that was going to be the biggest book that we ever did because it's probably the biggest area with the most populations and all that. But let's say that each book is moving forward is 200 to 300 pages. That's still thousands and thousands of pages.
You're freaking me out.
No, I'm excited. I'm more freaked out about the art that will go into that.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I'm excited about it too. The one of the reasons why, and the 400 plus page sandbox, though impressive, and we're really proud of it. It's it's a lot. It really delays how quickly we can get things out there. And sometimes Ben and I feel that even we go overboard with the amount of detail that exists.
Well, yeah, because like every other aspect is also increased. So like editing becomes harder.
Editing becomes harder.
Becomes way
Shout
harder.
out Colin Chapman. Shout out Discord for all of your help, because it is a monster.
Yeah, it was so hard that our normal editor on the project, it was just like so much. So like having that community aspect was super helpful.
Yeah, I mean, it was equivalent to like several, like 2 or 3 like adult novel length pieces of material that had to be edited in a single year. Less than that, months of time. So it was tough.
So yeah, for the next book, just focusing on one sandbox and maybe some other stuff that we're not,
and we haven't quite figured that out yet. So if anybody has any ideas of something that they want to see, like more adventures or supplements or class supplements or things like that, let us know. Like, sound off in the comments and ping us on Instagram, or better yet, check us out on Discord and ping us directly with your ideas. We'd love to hear them.
Scream them out into the world like the baby in the background.
Yes. He's excited.
So what else can we talk about, James?
Yeah, what else is there to talk about? Gosh. Happy New Year, Ben. I mean, another
Happy New Year.
Another year around the sun, you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
Or is it the sun that goes around the earth?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's what it is in the Land of Beam. The Land of Beam is the center of the universe.
Planet Eam.
Wow. That always grosses me out. Every time you say that, it always grosses me out. Planet Eam. Jeez. We must return to our home world of Eam.
That's what it'll be for like Thundar the Barbarian series.
Yeah. Thundar the Barbarian, which is an actual television show. Isn't it? Isn't Thundar the Barbarian like...
Yeah.
I'm thinking what's the Thunder... What's the Hanna-Barbera one? Not the Thundercats. The Hanna-Barbera one with like the like Yeti guy and like...
Yeah, isn't that Thundar the Barbarian?
I guess it is Thundar the Barbarian.
That's what I was talking about, like
the Thunderoids. No, the Herculoids. That's what I'm thinking. Is the Herculoids the Hanna-Barbera one?
Thundar. I think we're going off on a weird tangent here.
You're right. This is...
But Thundar the Barbarian is what you're thinking with the Yeti guy, and it's like sci-fi, sorcery, whatever.
Yeah, you're right. That's what I'm thinking. Herculoids is something else, but really similar. And they also shoot lasers out of their noses or whatever.
I don't remember Herculoids.
It's like a Hanna-Barbera property, no? Maybe I made it up. We got to pause the stream. This information is critical to my brain.
Herculoids, I guess, is mostly from the 60s.
Okay. I've seen reruns of it, I guess. Like, during your...
If you're curious, this is like how our normal conversations go. This is...
Yeah, we work for like 40 minutes and then we get lost in Herculoids Wikipedias, which is always great.
That might be it,
I think it is. I mean, again, thank you everybody for all of your support, especially the patrons on Patreon. None of this would be possible without your support, truly. Everybody on Discord, we love that people are looking for groups and putting together games, creating homebrew stuff that is hilarious and amazing. If you're interested in checking out the Land of Eam and don't know where to get started, check out the Discord, ask around. You can find a group. You can download the quick start guide for free on landoveam.com. There's a lot of resources out there to just get started with the game and try it out.
If you just wanted to try it out, you don't even have to buy anything at this point. Go onto the Discord, get the quick start rules. You could easily jump into a game. There are like 2 active games every week that people just like hop into. And
if you want to see like how it's played or just want to hang out with us, almost every Saturday at 11 a.m. Pacific, Ben, myself, and our buddy George we play our own game, our own actual play, and you can either jump into the YouTube, or you can actually start at the beginning. We've got a podcast of the actual play that's available. It's available anywhere there are podcasts, just the Land of Eam, and you can get a sense and a vibe of like what it's like in the Land of Eam. Obviously, it's our game and our flavor, and us being goofballs the whole time. but it gives you a sense of like what's out there and what the rule set really is like.
Indeed. And there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours to.
That's true. That's true.
Through.
We've been doing it for years now.
A lot to chew on.
Lots to chew on. But there's also lots of seasons too. So if you feel like you can't just like you can't just jump in, like just start at episode 1 from the first season, or maybe check out another season. Like obviously we get a little bit better and are more technologically savvy as the seasons go on. But yeah, it's fun. And if you join us live, like we'd be happy to take your comments. Like we're not hardcore about the gaming element of it too much. Like we definitely will stop and talk about the game and answer questions.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thanks everyone who's supported the Land of Eam and backed the game. People on Patreon who've supported us throughout the year. Thank you so much. We appreciate all of you. Anyone who's subscribed to the YouTube channel, etc. We love you guys.
Yeah, we got to say thank you to everybody, right? Like newsletter subscribers, like thank you for checking us out, reading all of our stuff. And of course, everybody that's a fan of Dungeoneer Adventures.
Yeah.
I mean, Dungeoneer Adventures is a lot of people's gateway.
So here's to a great
Merry New Year, Yams! Hey, man, how you doing?
Yams.
Oh, it's been too long, man.
Dude, we miss you at Comic-Con.
Yeah, we do.
That's probably like top of the list. Top of the list of why we miss Comic-Con.
Not being able to see you at Comic-Con kills us inside every year.
I want to go back to Comic-Con just to like booth next to you guys.
We should go next year.
We'll do it. We should.
We should go next year. We can get badges. Let's do it.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to get a booth, but...
That's true. We can get badges, at least. We can get in.
Yeah.
But...
I mean, we might be able to get a small press table with the game.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Anybody that can help us put a word in, do it. Please do it. This is a shameless request.
We were in the system for years. Let that lapse.
Yeah.
Anyway, good to hear from you, Yams. We're just about to sign off.
Yep. May the Schwartz be with you. Happy New Year.
And also with you.
Alrighty.
All right. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Take it easy, guys.